Alrighty, welcome on into another Final Fantasy XIV video. We are doing the tank roll quest, finishing him off 98 to 100. Tentoa needs to be beat to crap. Yeah, we need to figure out how to keep him awake. What kind of food do we get from this one? Why? Why do we get garbage? Yo, I'm back. Looking edgier than ever. You look strong and edgy, Chaos Fire. Well, I'm not my old self yet. I'm feeling better by the day. Still, there's much work to be done. I need to be even better than I was before if we're to have any hope of catching Leofine. I am strong and edgy enough to do it myself. I wonder what she's plotting with the rest of her cohorts. We know that they aim to topple nations around the world. This is an odd way to go about it, don't you think? Why haven't her misdeeds in Ishgard extended any further than the Temple Knights? Well, the Temple Knights are the, like the police force and they're also the military. If you were to remove faith in them, you know, you would do some, you could ruin their reputation. Ruining their reputation and stuff would, you know, maybe make the people not have faith in them and then help cause disorder and stuff. I do look kind of edgy. I do look super edgy in there. We've pondered that same question. Our best guess was that a former Temple Knight herself. She chose them because she knows how to exploit their weakness. And they wronged her somehow. Yes. She's using her knowledge as her weapon. We need to equip ourselves likewise. If we can learn more about her, we might be able to anticipate her next move. A good plan, but I admit I have no idea where to start. Should we ask Filmabert? Oh. I already have. He said that, while he never knew her personally, the knights in her old squadron might be able to shed light onto her past. Some of them even now patrol the city, and Filmabert was a great help in telling me where they might be. They all getting drunk in the Forgotten Night? You've been busy, Lois Winnicky. Yes, I can't remember the last time I was awake this long. I didn't want to sit around until I got tired again. And we're all better for it. Since you've gathered the information, it's only fitting I should do the legwork. Just tell me where these knights are, and I'll speak with them. Gladly, but Ishgard is still an unfamiliar city for both of us, right? Although Firmalbert told me where to go, the names of these places mean nothing to me. I know Ishgard, been around here quite a bit. It's been a whole expansion here. Luckily, we have Chaos Fire to guide you. You'll go with Tentoa, won't you? Heck yeah. I knew we could count on you. Alright, take note of these locations. Okay. Being forced to work with someone like Leofine isn't a fate I would envy. I'm curious to hear what these knights have to say about her. Hopefully they provide you insight that'll help guide us forward. Time is of the essence, Chaos Fire. Let's get moving. The idiot is now following you. There's one here, one over there, and one up there. Do you require aid? Must keep watch, so forgive me if I don't engage in idle chit-chat. We want to know about your former boss. Leofine, for her, I can spare a moment. I don't suppose you know why she was expelled from the Temple Knights, do you? While few were her equal in swordplay, and fewer still handled their mounts with such grace, she oft spent her nights carousing in the gambling halls. It was after such a night that she fell asleep while on duty. Some may call it a cruel twist of fate, but dragons attacked her charges as she slept, and they were left defenseless. It was her negligence that in her negligence, she was deemed to have aided our ancestral foe, and thus was stripped of her knighthood and noble title both. Knights falling asleep on duty. A story that's becoming all too familiar. Given what happened, I've no doubt she came to fear sleep. Yet now she has conquered that weakness, and she wields it as a weapon against us. She may even believe herself to be beyond the reach of mortal danger. Yet she's only deluding herself. In time, she'll be made to answer for her deeds. Well, she fell asleep at her post, and that's why she got kicked out. All for going to the gambling halls. What's this guy wearing? Oh, wow. He's way back in the story. He's got some interesting armor. That's only 50. I heard that the people of Ishgard revere a warrior god, and here is a statue of the flesh and blood knight. I've never seen such a thing. Well, it's better than the ones I had to kick butts, so. My people make no figures or depictions of our departed, fearing that such objects keep them from finding their way to the next world. The only idol we keep is the cradle of the sleepless. And thanks to its blessing, the Wide Eye has always watched over us. So our reverence is devoted solely to the narwhal. It's enough that it guides our people safely to the next sunrise. Yo, dude, what's up? Oh, it's quiet. Even so, I must remain vigilant. We want to know about your former boss. Leofine, name spoken in hushed whispers now. But many have forgotten her strategic genius. She had a single talent for achieving victories in battle, by whatever means necessary. Genius? Maybe we're just too dense to see how our actions would cause Ishgard to collapse. Given that our group seems relatively few in number, an assault on Ishgard is unlikely. Rather, I think her aim is to chip away at the people's trust in Ishgard's foundation. By the absence of a few vital bricks, bring the whole nation tumbling down. The thought gives me worry. Even now, representatives from Ishgard are preparing to visit Oxzundu in the turning mists. If anything were to go wrong, it would be a grievous blow to Ishgard's reputation. As we saw at Falcon's Nest, certain elements that oppose our nation see friendly gestures as a chance to spark conflict. Given recent developments, Sir Handaluk has been debating whether the visit is a wise choice. Wonder if Amaric's among them. The plot thickens. Just like the soup. Okay, where's this last idiot at? Oh, he's up here. Sorry to bug you on your break, but can you talk about your previous boss? Now this is a rare privilege. What business could the savior of Ishgard have with the humble knight? Your last boss, dude. I need to know more information. You want to know about Leofine? Well, many temple knights come from common stock, but she was different. Despite what she became, Leofine was born of noble blood. Even so, she often made mock of Ishgard's customs and the responsibilities that bound the conduct of noble families. Doubtless she yearned for freedom all her life, or her idea of it anyways. Although her deeds caused her to be expelled from the Temple Knights and summarily stripped of her title, she may have actually deserved that outcome. If she hated it so much here, all she had to do was to leave. I heard she did leave, for a time at least. Now she's in league with the group that aims to plunge the world into chaos. If a selfish heart like Leofine was sought to sought out to aid in this plot? I shudder to imagine how wicked their leader must be. Well, we have a general understanding what drives our adversaries. Stories that paint a picture of that rotten, conniving soul. We have enough information to understand our next move. You're right. Whatever her ultimate goal may be, it's clear she has an almost blinding focus on shaming the Temple Knights. And this, what did he call it? A delegation? May provide an irresistible opportunity. Finally, we have knowledge to use against our enemy. If we all work together, we might be able to trap her. We haven't much time. Let's return to the congregation and tell this Honda Loop what we know. Okay. Honda Loop, why are you so far away? We're going to stand on your table. You are ever welcome at the congregation, Caspar. I'm well apprised of Leofine's wicked deeds, and your efforts to flush her out have been much appreciated. Now, this must be Master Tentoa. Across the ocean from Taral, I hope you have recovered from your ordeal. And better than ever. Apologies for taking up one of your beds for so long. Please, no apologies are necessary. On the contrary, the Temple Knights yet owe you a debt for all you have done. What brings us to the purpose of this visit? You had something to discuss with me? Yeah, Leofine's gonna attack the emissaries. I see. You and I have the same doubts. The delegation to Oxunde would be an obvious target for Leofine. I was but recently debating the wisdom of moving forward with our plans. As you know, all of Ishgard falls under the protection of the Temple Knights. As such, 'tis only meet that we maintain the strength and friendly relations with our neighbor. The delegation in question is asked with deepening mutual understanding of each of our unique cultures. Sonu Vanu, chief of the Zundu, was most eager to host. Yet, so long after as the specter of Leofine hangs over our order, I fear visits abroad are unwise. Should any of the Vanu come to harm, our relations could be damaged irreparably. As we have no way of knowing if Leofine has caught wind of our plans, I am of the mind of postponing the delegation. Maybe more prudent course of action for the safety of all. The Zundu will be safe under our watch. That's right, Caspar and I won't let anyone come to harm. As long as you warn the Vanu in advance, they shouldn't hold the actions of a rogue against you. If they're truly your allies, they'll see the wisdom in your judgment. Please send the delegation as planned. It will be our best chance to catch Leofine. Yes, your words have merit. Thank you for the sage counsel. You are right. The Zundu will not stand idly by while we suffer at Leofine's hand. In fact, the fellowship between our two peoples was forged with the god when a god assailed their home, and was brought low by the great hero, Chaosfire. I just do what I can. If we tell the Zundu that he is keeping watch over the proceedings, then I am certain all doubts shall be quelled. Then you'll proceed? Indeed, the time has come that we Temple Knights to reclaim our honor and go on the counteroffensive. I shall bring this suggestion of a joint operation against Leofine to the Lord Commander as soon as possible. Thank you. Together we'll put a stop to her scheme. I first must discuss matters with the others involved before we present a plan to the Lord Commander. Though time is of the essence, I ask you to wait a while until our course is settled. Yeah, no problem. Aymeric is all cool with it. Aymric's my buddy. He somehow likes me. Too much. I don't like Aymeric. I don't know. I've never liked him as a kid. I just don't know what it is about Aymeric. I realize now that I agreed to defend the people I know next to nothing about. Tell me about the Zundu who will be visiting. They're kind of like the Hanu Hanu, except a more penchant, with even more penchant for metaphor. Really, two groups of such people, so far apart. The world really is full of surprises. Like everything you got in Toral, we got here too. Even a single city is enough for a lifetime. Every day I hear something that gives me food for thought. Like the stories of the Dragon Song War, for instance. Generation of animosity between dragon and man that somehow ended in a rekindled friendship. Yeah, I had to, like, beat some sense into all the people here. I imagine a whole world like that. A world where there'd be no need for protectors. No. We still need them. The Wide Eye watches not only for the monsters in the wilderness, but our neighbors as well. We barely even consider sending delegations outside our village's gate. And the cold snap only made things worse. Everyone's struggling just to survive. Our every thought goes forward in defending our scarce resources. But if we only look outward for where it is, there's no hope for the future to change. No hope to build trust. If only there is a way to bridge the distance between us and greet tomorrow hand in hand. Maybe that's just a silly dream. It's not silly, but it's hard to think. It'd be hard to kind of make it that way. Maybe, either way, it's a beautiful thought. And you're beautiful too. I mean, yes, it is. It's a wonderful thought. I'm glad you think so. I'll hold that future in mind as I get back to training. That's for you, KSFire. Get some rest. If you fall asleep when I need you most, I'll wake you up with a knock to the head. Yeah, knock on this head, buddy. Sir Handelope still hasn't sent word. I guess the others might not be so enthusiastic about our plan. To them, the Kratos Sleepless is naturally something to be feared, no matter how much faith they have in your strength. You'd be at Leofine's mercy if she put you to sleep. Honestly, I don't blame them. Not even I imagine our treasure could be used for such evil in Leofine's hand. It's no more than an indiscriminate weapon. But that means when we get it back, we can turn it into something else. Something no one's ever thought of before. We can find a way to use it without forcing someone to spend their life in slumber. Of course, I agree with you, Tentoa, but we have more pressing matters, namely a rogue knight to capture and a treasure to recover. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Oh, look. The soup is here. Handle soup. Apologies for keeping you waiting. The Temple Knights have finally reached a decision concerning the delegation of the Churning Mists. What have you decided? Pleased to say that the Zundu have agreed to join forces with us. Together, we shall drive back Leofine should she attack. Her shadow darkens even in Ilma, their homeland. Our peaceful delegation shall turn into a fighting force at a moment's notice. We shall restore the Temple Knight's reputation and recover your artifact in one fell swoop. Thank you, Handle Soup. That sounds even better. Handaloop. We promise to do our part if Leofine shows herself. She won't get away this time. Oh yeah. You gotta be there too, buddy. We have but to hammer out the finer details. Once we're ready to depart, the first group of knights shall leave by airship. I would ask that both of you make your way to Oxundu as soon as possible, so you may help plan our strategy. Okay. You put on the edgy outfit, you gotta have an edgy voice. I'm coming too. I can heal your wounds. And if it comes to it, my staff can bruise as well as a club. Don't talk to the black mages like that. They say run away before using your staff to beat the crap out of someone. I'll gladly have you with us. I'm done taking on the world alone. I need you, Laowa's Nikui, and Chaosfire too. We're stronger together than we could ever be apart. Oh, sorry. The cradle never would be stolen if I'd realized that from the beginning. And I want you by my side to ensure I don't forget it. We gotta get married when we get home too. Oh wait. First, yeah. Well then, we better be off. I'm keen to meet this Chief Sonu Vanu. He's a real cool dude. Bird dude. Boop doop doop boop boop boop. Now we go to Cloud Top. I like the birds. I like them in both in Tyrol and here. Like, they are both great groups. Oh, we gotta go up there. Yo, Sonowano, good to see ya. Honor Neverling. Your return to Oxundu is a welcome as the arrival of spring. Sonu knows why you come. Wicked hearts seek to bring chaos to our home. And so the Zundu shall rise to its defense if needed. As the sun rays chase away the shadows of night, the Sundrop dance shall keep the tendrils asleep at bay. Chief Sonu Vanu, it's an honor to meet you. I am Tentoa. And if this Sundrop dance is as vigoring as you say, I'd love to see it for myself. The Zundu shall dance before Ishgard warriors on their arrival. Brave Tentoa is welcome to join the proceedings. That was your original intent, right? I see. If we are drawn to we'd be drawn to Leofine out. It makes sense to pretend like nothing is amiss. Zundu warriors unify their strength through Sundrop dance, and sight is so fearsome that many choose to flee rather than fight. Netherling warriors may learn much from such approach. Breaking the enemy's spirit avoids needless bloodshed. Add the Sundrop dance. Yet all dancers must hone their skills before wild animals first, as the Sundrop dance does not fail them in the most crucial moment. It is for that reason our dancers await on the outskirts of Oxundu for the Netherlings' arrival. When the performance begins, it shall draw the attention of all like a rolling cloud coming off over the horizon. Watch carefully for any who would take advantage of that movement. Moment. After the dance is finished, Netherlings will present Zundu with Chief Sonu. Netherling ships appear in the sky, just like sudden sun shower, hurtling toward Earth. Swiftly it descends, crashing near Zundu dancers. Ship's markings are its guardian. Zundu are hurt, but wounded Netherlings pour from vessel. Like a lightning bolt in the night, Leofine strikes. The Temple Knights were coming by airship, right? All Leofine had to do was lull the pilot to sleep. She saw right through us. Now we're on the back foot. Great winds can alter even a raging river's course. What matters is to stand strong and move forward. Now we must offer aid to the Netherlings who come as guests. Right. Let's go. It's duty time. Where's my gear level? 675. If this is the work of the cradle, Leofine cannot be far. We must tend to the wounded, but I won't let her escape again. Sends today, one way or the other. Well, I like the fact that it says sync to 100. Because in the future, yeah. Look, everyone's sleeping. There you are, Leofine. You came all this way just to greet me. Oh, I am honored. I only hope my gift was satisfactory. Tis a shame you will not see Ishgard crumble. Alas, I can scarcely suffer rats to scurry about my feet, threatening to gnaw away at my carefully laid plans. She's a viper. At least you were witness to the dying breath of the Temple Knights, flagging honor. We would sooner see that wretched airship soar again than their reputation return to its former glory. Yet, even I did not foresee that the Zunda would be in the ship's path. The fury favors me. For now, who would trust a nation so careless as to put their neighbors at risk? Everyone knows you're behind this. People won't turn on each other so easily. Oh, I didn't see you. The shut-eye, wide awake. Doubly honored I am that you came all this way to meet your end. Enough. We're taking the cradle back. We won't let your evil continue any longer. Such bold words. If I recall correctly, your people reaped great benefits from this artifact's power. All at the cost of someone's waking life. Your life. Pray do not misunderstand me. That was not meant to denounce or a denouncement of your people. On the contrary, they have my utmost respect. We are bound by our very nature. No matter how mighty we become, we are slaves to the whims of sleep. Yet this artifact can sunder those shackles and grant true freedom. It makes us wielders stronger and their enemies weak. A perfect weapon, if you ask me. I can't tell you whether using the cradle is right or wrong. I only know that a life lived at the cost of another is no life at all. You're right about one thing. We're bound by our nature. That doesn't shackle us. It brings us together. And whether I'm awake or asleep, as long as Lozanaqui is by my side, that's the life I want. Take the cradle back together. Show her no quarter. I'll be your shield. She's exhausted the cradle's power on the Temple Knights. This is our chance. Oh, no plan is without its wrinkles, I suppose. Fortunately, I prepare for all contingencies. It's good the Akzunda, or the Vanu, the Vanu know how to fight well. Unbound, Leofine, the unchivalrous. You had an opportunity to live a quiet life, but I will not give it again. This time, I shall send you into a slumber from which you will never awake. Yeah, right. Let's see, since it was a sync, first thing you're going to do is turn on stance. Let me loose! I'll bless her as usual. Take it if you dare. Don't just stand there. Kill them. Ozwaniki is a white mage. How do I know? Because she's casting wind and rock. She's throwing rocks at the enemy. Witness the sun drop dance. Netherling warriors, awaken! Everyone's awake! Heck yeah, Sundrop has the power. See? Oh. I don't know the command for Sundrop Dance. Please, you gotta come out with better than that, lady. Freaking Zeralja had much better moves than you. You better not just be sitting there casting Cure 1. Or not Cure 1, Medica 1. The artifact swells with power. Begins to be released. Now you shut your eyes for the final time. Take a last glimpse of the waking world. Brace yourself against the artifact. I'll protect you until my last breath. Oh, look. I could just put up TBN. Like, if I was a paladin, like... I'm alright. What about Tentoa? He's taking a nap. Wake his bugger buddy up. You think this piece of wood is for protection? Such a cloying sentiment. Curse insect. You lot. Finish them off. Earn your freedom. Come on, that's the best you got. Come on. Face me. Face me. Face me. Face me. I owe you all my life. Thank you. Get out here, chicken. Soon to go to help allies. Many Zephyr winds guide you to your victory. Yeah, try and drop that tank buster on me. Acha! Yeah, no poison daggers for you. Duty completed. Ugh, you stubborn. You may have won today, but this is not over. Yes, it is. Hey! Wait a minute. I got put to sleep. Damned fool. Now! No! Say goodnight, Leafine. Uh-oh. I hope that wasn't your plan. The wide eye watches eternal, and eternal is the sleep it bestows. Somebody wake me up. Wake me up before you go. We finally stopped her. Yes, but we have someone else to worry about. Wake me up before you go. I'm taking a really long nap. You know, no. Chaos Fire, wake up. Are you all right? Haha. If only he would smile at a time like this. Ah, the helmet messed that up. He's awake. Yeah, I just needed a nap. Okay, guys? I've been up for a long time. Your work is done, Caspar. You did a commendable job as our shield, and now you can lay down your burden. It was thanks to your bravery that I was able to deal the final blow to Leofine and the cradles back in our possession. I think we can consider this expedition across the sea to be a success. Zundu helped us gather the wounded and see them safely off to Ishgard. We couldn't have done it without you. Netherling protects allies as fiercely as Galley Cat protects kittens. Zundu are moved by your might. You were equally as impressive. I should learn that some drop dance myself, though I won't strike a figure half as fierce as yours. The Zundu seem to have everything well in hand, and Hendelsoup is likely eager to see us. We should return to Ishgard as soon as we can. Okay, we'll go see Hendelsoup. Let Hendelsoup know what happened. What is the one for the Sundrop dance? Gracious Eastern Dance, Moonlit, Virtual Pair, Yule Dance, Enderville, Lollipop, Love Heart, These Knees, Dance, Mandeville, Harvest, Step, Dabnarian, Sundrop. Oh, Sundance. We're doing slash Sundrop. Or slash Sun. Yo, Hendelsoup, we're back. Ah, the heroes of the day have returned. Thanks to your valor, the threat Leofine poses no more. What's more, not a single life was lost. On behalf of the Temple Knights, allow me to express my utmost gratitude to you all. You don't owe me any thanks, after all. It was my fault that the cradle was stolen in the first place. And ultimately, my fault that your delegations of Akzunu turned into a melee. It may be true that our visit to the Churning Mist was far from peaceful, but the bond between the Zundu and the Temple Knights has only deepened, though, overcoming mutual adversity. Blessings often take inscrutable forms. And while we know not whether Leofine yet lives, we do know that she can no longer reach the source of her ill-gotten power, so we have little more to fear from her. With this crisis behind us, the common folk no longer have aught to fear. We will make the story of Leofine's schemes and the heroes who worked to foil them. In time, I hope that trust in our order will be restored. Temple Knights shall continue to build relations with our neighbors for years to come. Relations which shall form the foundation for Ishgard's future. Yeah. We would be honored if we could count you among our allies in this endeavor. Anything you need, simply call on us. We'll be there, no questions asked. Just might take a little while since we gotta come from Tyrol in the middle of the mountains. And with that, it's time we return home. It's been an honor. We'll be passing through Tulial on our way back, Caspar. If you have business in those parts, we'd love to speak with you at Zablov T before setting off. See you soon, hopefully. So we do got to go back there for them. So I couldn't figure out what theirs, since the two of them both were here in Ishgard. You could have just ended it there in Ishgard instead of having me go to Tulial. But, yeah, meh. It is what it is. And that's all it is. We go over here. Cashfire, there you are. I was afraid we wouldn't see you before we left. We arrived not long ago, and apprised Brook Evu of everything that happened. This is the longest I've spent away from our village, even though Tulial and Ishgard were like entirely different worlds to me. I was only ever treated with kindness. Is something the matter, Tentoa? Nothing, it's just something I've been thinking about. Our people has always been self-sufficient. These guardians in the Zundu showed that looking to your neighbor can reveal a way through the hardest difficulties. And you heard Handle Soup. The bond between Ishgard and Zundu was only made deeper through their shared ordeal. To trust another is such a degree. Well, I think it's a goal we should strive towards. We have at least one friend like that, don't we? He who bent his ears to every note in the narwhal's lullaby without a shade of fear in his eyes. Who's that? Not me. I just needed a nap. Thank you, Chaosfire. I just needed a nap, I told you. For believing in us, for believing that no matter the outcome, your actions would not be in vain. In doing so, you taught me the worth of fighting alongside allies you can trust. Even if your shield breaks, it's not the end. You're right. It's our faith in our allies and their faith in us that gives us the courage to protect each other. By approaching someone with open arms doesn't mean they'll accept you. The relations between our people and our neighbor have been strained by generations of mistrust, and we must take care to mend them properly. If we can do that, and learn to look towards the future hand in hand, then there will be no need to use the cradle ever again. People can sleep and dream untroubled, and awaken with bright eyes. I want to see those days come to pass. Me too. Me too. Then you and I can finally spend more time together. Right, of course, yeah. If we're going to see the future, then we should go back to our village. They'll be overjoyed to see the cradle returned. Thank you for everything, Caspar. Next time we meet, may we both have good news to share. Yes. I'll try to take down the Unbound in the meantime. See you later! No sleep till Tulial. And that ends the tank role quest line. Now, the thing about these is there's a couple reasons you want to complete them, but one of the main reasons is that now, if you go here, and I can bring up my White Mage, because that's the only one with it locked right now. So here's the White Mage. As you can see, they're all locked, the dual channels. So if I go back to my Dark Knight, you can see that now I have dual channel dies unlocked, and that was the big thing about doing these, is that they allow you to dye your armor. You know what the dye looks like. First one, you need like a really bright one. And then we're gonna use a red. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. So when you kind of go in, so it's just like the Spalders, and like it's not much that actually dies. You'd hope that they would have done more with it, but I mean, I think it might depend on each piece of relic armor. But finishing each role quest allows you to dye your relic armor that you pick up as you go through the storylines. So it does have its benefits. But thanks again for coming along with another of these role quest videos. This is the final of the 3 for tanks, and you know, don't forget to do the YouTubes, like, comment, subscribe, let me know how I'm doing. And we'll see you next time.